Welcome back. Already2Faded gang. Part 2. Whoa. We at a park right now. Fucking just kicking it. Type shit. I don't know, bro. Just went for a little walk, little 10-15 minute walk in the morning, you know? You gotta get moving, gotta get the muscles moving. This is usually my daily routine. I try to go out for a good hour in the morning. And then, even if it's just go out to a friend's house or something, and then go back home. I'm like a stay-at-home brother slash parent for my brother because he's, I don't know how to say it. It's just a lot. He's like homeschooled and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I just feel like a lot of people need some more time to themselves. Like I tell people a lot, I'm like, you ever just take a walk? And they're like, yeah, all the time. I can just tell that they don't. They're like, I need time to myself, or I just need time to think. I mean, I don't know. That's just the way that I process things, at least. But I feel like a lot of people relate to that, as in people saying that they want help, but then not even trying to help themselves. I still am there for them. I still am there for them. A lot of my very close friends are like that. But, I mean, yeah. A couple of ideas, I guess, I've been going through. Last night, I just posted up some shoes on eBay for my 5pairs.official, if you want to check that out on Instagram. I just finished editing that last night, put up like 7 listings. See how that goes. But I'm gonna probably look into that more today, or I'm probably going to look into getting more music stuff mostly. I always get something music done usually. That's like a subconscious goal that happens, whether it's like at 10 o'clock at night, 2 in the morning. I just be doing it hella random. But yeah. I want to give words of encouragement to those who feel like they don't have a lot going on or they don't do a lot. Trust me, you do. You just don't see it. But everybody has that from time to time. Everybody has to take a step out of their own shell, I guess, and to look at the wider picture. But I mean, yeah. A lot of people ask me if I feel lonely, because like it's a weird thing. I'm around a lot of people, like socially, like I have somebody new at my house every day, but I am by myself for a lot of it. I'm low-key like just at home doing music in my room, and like it's a very weird dilemma, because like I only work, or I feel like I work best when I'm by myself, but having that peer pressure makes me feel like I do better, so I'm in like this weird mixed bag. But I don't know. Let me know if any of y'all can relate to that. I feel like that's a very common thing nowadays, where people feel like a bit of peer pressure, but not because they have to do better, but just because they want to. That's how I look at it. But yeah. I'm gonna head back to the house right now. Catch y'all in a minute at the pad. Boom. We back at the pad. With that, Mama is sleeping right now, so I'm not gonna be too loud, but kind of going off what I was saying earlier, I feel like a lot of people don't look for answers in themselves. And what I mean by that is they're very easy or very quick to go, hey man, you help me with this, right? Me being the way I am, 100%, I'm all for it. I never question. But when they come to you asking for the same thing over and over and over and over, they aren't learning. They are just taking what you're telling them to do and using it. They aren't actually applying or understanding why they're using it. And I see this in a lot of scenarios, from financial people struggling to keep track of where their money goes, to people not being able to control themselves with drug habits or with smoking or whatever. Another one I've also seen is people not willing to take, like, I guess, quote unquote, accountability for relationships. They feel like they have to have lost or have to have won something in order for it to be like a lesson. And that's a very big misconception for a lot of these scenarios I gave. People feel like they have to give up or they have to lose or gain something positive or negative in order to change. But you don't change overnight. It's not an instant flip in your brain that just is like, oh, I do this now. So for some people it is. For me, sometimes it is. But when you are on your own a lot more, you realize how your brain works. You give yourself the space to really try and deeply understand how you cognitively function. A lot of people don't, or a lot of people try to justify or tell themselves that they give themselves time for that, as in they go, oh, I'm in my room for like a good hour every morning listening to music. You're intaking information still. People don't realize that there's layers to it. It's really that deep. It really is that deep. But like, you have to truly be by yourself in an environment, as I am right now, staring at a phone in some dinner, and it's like, you are able to express what you truly mean, as I am doing right now. It's a lot of random thoughts and a lot of random processes. You'll come to see how I talk and how I articulate myself. But yeah, as much as I bounce around from topic to topic, I know what I'm talking about. And even if I don't, I sure as hell do sound like it, don't I? Anyways, as I was saying, I just feel like a lot of people don't search for in themselves for that solitude. They look for other people for solitude, and that defeats the purpose of what solitude is supposed to be. It is solitary. It is by yourself. You are solo. It's in the name. Um, and people mix being solidarity with being social. And they think, oh, he's really social, but when he gets home, he's good. And like, he's really good at just putting his head down and grinding. Okay, but that doesn't really, are those just traits a good person has? A lot of people can justify what they do and how they do it, but you can't really equal or like compare to another person, because everybody has some shit going on. I have that as a tag for one of my intros. It's literally, or the end of it. It's like we already got so much shit going on. It don't matter if you share your fucking worst story or not. You still got it. And that's one that I like a lot. It's something esque like that. I'll probably throw that into another song. But you can't miss out on something you never had. You can't be like, oh, I've been trying, oh, I've been doing this, or oh, I've been doing that, and you haven't actually been doing it, but then you expect to see results. You have to do something consistently, or no, first and foremost, you have to believe what you are doing. The second step is you have to understand how or what you are doing is affecting you. The third step is learning how to refine the first two process or steps over and over and over, making your process more streamlined each and every time you come back to complete this task. After you reach those three, then you can worry about talking to other people. Then you can worry about sharing your ideas. Because if you yourself aren't able to understand what's going on up here, and you are the only person who is able to, how can you expect yourself to be able to explain it to other people? You can't. But when you give yourself that time, that solitude, that, in essence, bad or downtime, you are able to build yourself back up. When you put yourself through the lows, you are able to force yourself back up. When you were just dropped into the deep end out of nowhere and you're 6 years old, you had no idea what to do. You're just sitting there. Whether it was the unk just throwing your ass in there or your pop's trying to teach you how to swim, you're just in there. But once you're 15, 18, you're like, okay, I know how to swim. You might like be shocked if somebody threw you in there, but you react at least. You know how to swim. You're fine. It's the same exact thing. You just have to do it over and over and over. And once you get to a certain point, you will be able to do things on your own. Yeah, in the swimming scenario I gave, the other figure forced me to do what I was doing, or forced me to learn how to swim in essence, but I was the one in the end who did it. Had I not, who knows what would have happened. But that's what comes from that, those tiny moments of being like, you have to just do it, or you are able to do it, and the only thing stopping you is your mental ability, you telling yourself no. And it's trippy the kind of shit you can really get away with when you start to think that way. You're able to compromise or able to make ends meet where you didn't even think it was possible, and all because you decided to give yourself time to think and allowed yourself to understand the way you think. And because of that, you are able to express yourself 10 times, hundreds of times better. Because all expression is, all language is, all words is sounds that we associate with an idea that we pick up and send back. That is it. There is no more or less. And when you change the way that you think or the way that you perceive things, as I was trying to say with the solitude, you are able to understand things differently, a different sort of clarity, a clarity where you're not biased to a scenario or you're not held to the restraints of what a normal person would think. You aren't being like, oh, but like, I don't like that person, so that wouldn't work out. You're just like, if something happens, something happens. And that's it. That's the way that I've been my whole life. And it's taken me a lot longer than I feel like I was comfortable with for me to realize it. But I don't know. I just love going on these little rants to myself and I guess to you guys. I don't know how to call it, but yeah, everybody, I hope you have a good day. God bless, and stay already too faded. Out.